Welcome back everybody to Motorsport Manager then, and we're ready for race number 1 of season 3. And this season really now has to be, we've got to do it now, we've got to. Surely everything is in place. Our two drivers, Eka should be more up to the level of Dreyfus throughout the season now. I'm still a little worried about where our car is, but our two drivers dragged it so far and above where it should have been last season. Even if it's just a little bit better, I'm sure we can do it. Money's not a massive issue. Of course, the point system has changed, so we're now aiming for the top 6, because only the top 6 will get points because of the new rule change. Which could be a blessing or a real hindrance, I don't know yet. First race, we've got to worry a little bit about reliability. I'm going to go for 8th. It's only 150,000 difference. Of course, we want to be getting into the top 6, but finishing 1st or 2nd is going to be pretty difficult in the first race, I would suspect, but you never know. Right, the cars then. Dreyfus very unhappy because she's got a much worse car than Dreyfus. Let's see if we can change that. I'd like them to be pretty balanced because I want to give these two a good chance this year. Our reliability is going to be an issue in the opening race. It always is in the first few. There's not really much you can do about that. Your parts just start off pretty unreliable. And it's going to be the same for the whole field. So just keeping in this race is going to be important. If we switch those two. No, that's happy and content. I want them both to be pretty content. Gearbox. Content, happy. What if we switch these two? Happy, content. 9% boost minus 6%. 4% seems quite equal. Okay, they're pretty equal. Of course, we don't have any new parts just yet. So, it's just going to be all those parts. Right, it's going to be a wet weekend by the look of it. I'm going to get practice done, and I shall be back with you for the opening race of Season 3. Okay, so here we are then. Practice went pretty damn well. 98% for Eka, 95% for Dreyfus. Probably the best setup on Eka's car that we've had for a long time, so I'm pretty hopeful. It was a split session. It was wet for half of it and dry for half of it. So we've got good knowledge on both sets of tyres as well. And we got the setups pretty dialed in very early, so we managed to get a lot of laps in. So I'm really confident that we can have a good race here. It's going to be starting off dry, but it's definitely, there's torrential rain somewhere in this race. So we've got to keep an eye out for that. But it's a straightforward race to begin with. Super soft tyres for sure on both cars. This is the difficult one, because I know it's going to rain. But it might be one of those races that you get really little time on the intermediates and it goes straight to wets. So are those intermediate boosts really useful? As a new unlock for Eka there, quick fixes level 2. So park condition fix times are 2 times faster. I think we're going to go with that because these cars are going to probably need some repairs at some point because the reliability is so low. It's just getting the car to the finish is going to be pretty important in this race, considering I'm sure the AI will have the same problems. So that's good news. We still don't have a new mechanic for Dreyfus. So from what I've been reading from my GT series, that means we're going to be in the comments. That means we're going to be getting pretty slow pit stops on our car. There's not much we can do about that until we get a new mechanic for her. So I think we'll go the opposite of her. I think we will go for the intermediate tyre boost, with the hope that it doesn't rain too much and we get that good period on intermediate tyres where that will come into effect. And of course the plus 10 performance boost that we got from very good race practice. So there you can see the beautiful 98% setup. I wonder if 100 is ever possible. I think I've got 99 once, but 100 may be difficult. Now 12 laps of fuel is the maximum we can put in. I do wonder if it's worth going for the softs. I don't know when it's going to rain, that's the problem. I think I'm going to risk it and go for the super softs and maximum fuel. Same with Dreyfus. We just got to hope the rain comes either quite a way after the first stops or just in time for the first stops. We'll do the same for Dreyfus. And then as always, we will go attack and high. I wonder if anyone's experimented with these at the race start, whether there's a good medium or the best setup to use for those. I'd like to hear that if you do know from experience. But let's get going, shall we? Nerve-wracking time as always. It is a reverse grid still, but of course that means in alphabetical order now of the first names, which is weird. It should be the second names, and unfortunately we're both C's. So 14th and 15th for the opening race of the season is where we're going to be starting. Here we go then, the hush before the storm, and we're underway for a brand new season in Motorsport Manager, and we're going to hope we can lead ourselves to glory. Let's be careful into turn 1, people. Let's get these cars safely navigated through the first lap. Dreyfus up to 12th, Ecker back 1 position, 16th. Nothing to worry about at this stage. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're going to need a few more laps before we can see what the weather is going to do. So we just allow our drivers free rein at the moment. Looks like tyre warm-up might be a bit of a problem. 16 degrees out there. So we're going to keep attacking. And as soon as those tyre temperatures come up, we'll go back to push. Dreyfus moving back, as is Ecker at the moment. But this was a theme last season where we just ended up going backwards early on. And then later in the race is where we made our pushes. So nothing to worry about just yet. Dreyfus is up to 10th though and Ecker up to 15th. So we are starting to make progress. I think we'll go to that push now, because our tyres are in that perfect working range. Of course, if they start to drop again, we'll go back to attack. There's a safety car. Oh, this is tricky. We're up to 13th and 9th. We don't know when it's going to rain. I'm going to stay on target. This is effectively a free pit stop, but we would go to the back of the field. Let's do it. Let's risk it, shall we? Let's pit Echo. We'll put her onto another set of super softs. We'll refill that fuel. Everything's at max. You can't repair past the maximum reliability of the part. Which is a shame, but makes sense. I mean, repairing a gearbox mid-race doesn't make sense, but at least half of it does. Otherwise, now would be a good time to repair parts while you're able to catch back up to the back of the field. But nowhere on the parts yet. So Ecker will of course drop to the back of the field, but she gets a free pit stop, a top up on fuel, and some nice fresh tyres, and she won't actually be last, 18th. Great pit stop from the guys there. And we'll speed it up for the safety car as we normally do. But it just means that if there is a crossover point that's a couple of laps deeper into the race, Ecker is now set up for that. And she'll have the quicker tyres to hopefully come straight back through the field when we restart in just over a lap's time. Let's remember to save that fuel. I should have turned that down a lot earlier. I don't know how much that effect that really makes. Realistically, you would save fuel anyway because you're running at lower speed, but turning the engine down as well would make sense. You want to keep pushing because you want to keep those tyre temperatures up. Now I'll go back to neutral because they're getting pretty hot. Even behind the safety car, track temperature's actually dropping, which is bizarre why they would be so hot. But anyway, we see our driver's doing a good job of tyre warm-up. Dreyfus in a good position here then. She's ahead of all those soft tyre runners. They're the people that Ecker's going to have to get through now. There's a few more soft tyre runners further up, Batista, Masalia and Garrard. So they're the people we want to clear as soon as possible. Still no rain, but it's definitely getting cooler, and that's generally a sign that it's going to be raining pretty soon. Safety car coming in this lap. Slowed it down a little early there. Okay, we're back racing then. Eckert straight away trying to make a move into the final corner. We will stay with Dreyfus for now though. It's 26 laps to go. Down into turn 1. Dreyfus holds station in 10th. Actually, she lost a position. Eka trying to make a move. And has up to 17th. So, oh, we haven't turned the flipping fuel up. That would be a good explanation. First mistake of the year. Luckily, that wasn't too bad as far as my mistakes go. Anybody that remembers my terrible decision not to refuel the cars in a pit stop in the penultimate race of Season 2 that probably cost us a shot at the title will know all about my decision making. Eka making good progress then, up to 16th. Tyres are still overheating a little bit. It's not very good at camera angle there. I always try and find one that's good for the whole way around, but it's pretty difficult. Eka up to 14th now. And that decision to pit under the safety car proving a good one at the moment. So, no rain on the horizon yet. Someone else pulls off in retirement. Safety car out again. This is a tricky one. Do we do the same with both cars again? No rain on the horizon. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Super softs. Do we go softs? When is it gonna rain? It's a long way off. Do we go soft tyres and go long? The thing is, the fuel tank's over only 12 laps. I don't see the point at the moment. It's definitely not going to be a dry race. There is rain somewhere. Okay, we go 12 laps. Can we fix? What can we fix? We could fix everything. That's not a bad idea. We don't really need to fix the rear wing. We don't need to fix the front wing. It'll cost us 44 seconds, but we will catch the pack back up, that's for sure. Let's do it. It's all about surviving in the opening race. And we'll put super softs on, even though Eka's just pitted. I just feel it's the right thing to do. I'm sure you will let me know in the comments if I've made a total error here. But that everything? That's everything. Okay, speed it up. They're going to be stacked in the pit lane. Doesn't really matter. No one else is taking... Oh, they are this time. Lots of people in this time. Okay. Dreyfus having to wait, of course. A long old time because of those repairs. Well, this better not be too long. Oh shit, she's not going to get lapped, is she? Oh, have I made massive... Just get out. Get out ahead of the safety she has. There we go. Good job from the pit crew. They've effectively just rebuilt the car, which is definitely not possible inside a minute, but we'll glaze over that inaccuracy. So we will be at the back of the field. We should catch the field. Dreyfus just coming down the pit straight now, so is definitely going to catch up the field. Eka is the question mark, but she should do. Driving a lot quicker than the pack. They're not even halfway round the lap, and she is catching them up. So a lot of people pitted that time round. Not a lot of people. I don't think anybody would have repaired the cars though. That could be the good move here. Here's hoping. Right, safety car is in and we're underway once again. 2 safety cars inside 8 laps. It's going to be a crazy race, ladies and gentlemen. And there is that rain. That rain is on the horizon then. So we will go to overtake mode. Fuel is no longer an issue. Tyre wear is no longer an issue. Just attack it with everything you've got. Let's see that hunger and desire from you two today to want to win this Constructors' Championship, and of course the Drivers' Championship for one of you, but Constructors is far more important. So they're already up to 5th, 14th and 15th positions. Quite a gaggle of cars ahead of them here, so they're going to want to try and get through these as soon as possible. Dreyfus is up to 13th, Eka up to 14th. Tyre wear might be suffering a little bit, so we'll go to push. That's warmed the tyres up. That's not eating them too bad. There is still 3 or 4 laps till we'll probably be pitting. Engine problems for Dreyfus. I wonder if going to overtake mode is hurting the engine. That's very possible. We'll go back to push just in case that is the case. I think that is the case. So Dreyfus battling away now for 13th position. Dreyfus lost a bit of ground but has now made it back up to 14th. So we need to get through this gaggle of cars to be on the back of the leading bunch to take the maximum advantage of what hopefully will be a good strategy call onto the intermediate tyres. So fuel's looking good, tyre wear's looking a little worse for wear, but to be honest most people around us are very similar. Not making the progress I would have liked, but that is mostly because everybody else around us pitted as well. Dreyfus now looking to make a move down the inside of Dembele, and does do, and Eka follows her through. And Eka making a move on Dreyfus now. First time our 2 drivers are going really wheel to wheel this season. And I'm sure they both want to be number 1. Just be careful, guys. First race of the season. There's no glory in taking off your teammate at any point of the season, but definitely not in the first race. And a rear lock up from Eka there, and Dreyfus nearly went into the rear of her. Luckily, they have avoided each other, and we are in 11th and 12th. Dreyfus coming under pressure, locking up the rears again there. This is not helping our tyre life. So Eka looking to have the quicker car today. Look at the distance she's pulled from Dreyfus already, 1.9 seconds in less than a lap. Is pretty staggering. Now, if we're lucky here, the people that didn't stop under the safety car are going to miss out on that crossover onto intermediates. I don't know if there's a lot of people diving into the pits now, and they're putting on dry tyres. So we're benefiting massively from this, and hopefully they're quick cars. I know Cavalcanti's in a quick car. I'm trying to take a look at people from last year. Ingledew's down in 18th. Right, gearbox starting to prove an issue. I'm wondering if these fuel modes just aren't helping us here. We're going to go to medium and neutral just to look after the car. Oh, it's really raining now. Okay, Eka, you are ahead on track, so you get priority call on tyres. You're going to put the intermediates on for 12 laps. You're talking 15 seconds to repair that engine, but we're going to have to at some point. We'll take the hit now, we've got to. Got to get to the end of this race. Now, top 6 is where all the point... Oh, I pitted Dreyfus. Oops. Sorry, Claudia. My bad. We're going to put intermediate tyres on for Eka next time round. 12 laps of fuel. And I think we'll repair that gearbox. Her engine should be okay. It's going to hurt us. But we're jumping early onto the intermediate tyres, and we know from experience we can gain a lot of ground from that. It's a very tricky opening race, this. A lot of decisions, a lot of reliability problems. We can probably... I'm scared of using high fuel now because I think it's destroying our engines and gearboxes. But we have so much fuel to burn. Because we can't get to the end of the race, we're definitely going to have to make another stop. It's going to be a tricky one. Dreyfus comes back out in 14th. Still ahead of 4 cars on track then. And 3 cars are pitted on intermediates. And we're quite a way off those cars. We will see how much quicker pitting a lap early is. Although Eka, her repairs are only going to take 7 seconds less. And she's going to come out a fair distance ahead of Dreyfus then. And with a bad tyre change costing another second. Dreyfus is only there, you know. So that was definitely the right lap to pit for Dreyfus. A lot quicker. that time round. Quite a few people on intermediates, but they went early, a lot of people. So we're going to have the advantage in tyre wear. First sign of reliability problems for the AI then. Our bowler in 9th, clearly with an issue on the car, and is easy pickings for Eka up to 9th. Remember, 6th is what we need to get any points in this race. Below that, when you're challenging for a title, 7th and below is just pointless. It's good if you're fighting for lower positions in the championship, where a good finish will count, but points mean prizes at this end of the championship. And Eka is now in 6th then, in that golden position. Now, we are struggling a little bit with warm-up on these tyres, so we'll maybe go to push. Let's have a look at the weather forecast. Right, it's going to dry out. It's going to get worse, but it does look like potentially dry tyres at the end of the race. Only just over halfway. What an action-packed race already. Dreyfus now challenging Sabedo for 7th. Struggling a little bit to try and get past. How is the rest of the grid looking? 4th and 5th are in range. And we look a good way clear of the rest of the field if Dreyfus can make this move on Sabedo, because Eka is just flying away up front. So 3rd, 4th and 5th potentially in range. 1st and 2nd doesn't look like it. Now Dreyfus is struggling here to get past. I'm worried about the engines again. I think we're going to have to repair them in the final stop, so we may as well push to try and get past Sabedo. That's the wrong car. That's a pretty rookie error. What's Dreyfus like? So gearbox again. Well, no, it was Eka's gearbox we replaced. Repaired. Come on, girl. This is crucial for your race now. You've got to get past Sabedo. She doesn't seem to have the pace though. Eka doing 25s, Dreyfus doing 27s. Is that because she's stuck behind Sabedo? Not exactly harassing the back end of that car, is she? It's getting closer in the twisties here though. Why did I just use the word the twisties? Jesus. We've got 7 laps of fuel left. We should definitely be okay. Oh, there's more rain. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Might be staying on intermediates then. We shall have to wait a few more laps to find out the answer to that. Now the problem here is Dembele does seem to be catching. And Dreyfus. Engine problems for Dreyfus. Oh no, where? Oh, now her brakes have failed. Oh, good God. Right, brakes for Dreyfus. Engine for Eka. Ah, shoot. 11 laps remaining. We need this to be happening a little bit later than this. Right. You're gonna have to stick with it, guys, for a couple more laps. Eka wants wet tyres. It is very wet out there. But I don't think that's the right decision at this point, because it's going to dry out again. And it's going to rain again. Dreyfus has just flat spotted her tyres. That's not helping the situation. As long as we're keeping pace, we're okay. I don't want to push it too long. I think looking at everything... Oh, then it's going to dry out again. No, that's more rain. I don't know at this point. Right, we're going to have to pit again for intermediates. We're going to have to repair the cars. We're going to have to do that sooner rather than later. Now, Dreyfus pressuring Sabedo, just can't get through. Just can't do it. Just want to check that going to inters is the right idea. It definitely looks like it. Okay, we're going to pit Dreyfus. Dreyfus has got past Sabedo. Missed that move, but that's crucial. And we're going to pit her this lap then, just as she got some fresh air. I don't want those brakes to go. Right, there'll be 9 laps to go. We won't go massively over fueling, because I just don't think we can push with this car. We're going to have to repair the gearbox and the brakes. We're going to take a big hit. We just got to hope that the AI have similar issues with their cars. It's looking like just the engine, I mean suspension, gearbox and brakes look pretty dodgy at this point. But I think just engine for Eka. So Dreyfus will come in this lap. We'll pit Eka next time round, and it should be intermediates till the end of the race. Should be. So Dreyfus getting ready to come in then. She's already pulled 6 seconds on Sabedo. That's how much time she was losing. Tucked up behind Sabedo. Milo and Massilia pit as well. Eka then intermediates. 9 laps of fuel. I'm going to repair that engine. I'm going to have to repair that suspension, because I do not like how close that is. I did choose another set of yeah, I did. Good. Okay, Eka in this lap. Dreyfus, how much will those repairs cost her? So there go the 2 cars that were ahead of us anyway. God, this is excruciating how long this is taking. She's back out then, and we're just going to go medium and neutral to the end of the race. It's all we can do. Just hope that it's enough. There's a lot of cars ahead that need to pit. In comes Eka now, and she should get out comfortably ahead of Dreyfus. Whether she can beat any of those people that have just stopped, Massalia and Sabedo in particular. So Sabedo pitted that same lap, so that's how much ground Dreyfus has lost, but not necessarily positions, because the 2 cars ahead still need to pit. Eka's come back out in 5th though. Fantastic. Right, she's quids in for some points here. Dreyfus might struggle. She should take a couple more positions here down the pit straight. Does do, up to 10th then. Vayen and Garrard have still got a pit, so that should be 8th. I think that might be where she is on the road. She's going to struggle to get higher than 8th. Eka has an outside chance of 4th. El Sadat has just pitted. I think it's going to be too far. I don't know, this is going to be close. Dreyfus goes up to 3rd. She does get out ahead of both of them. Oh, this is stunning. Oh, look at that rain. Look at that rain. Are we even going to be able to drive on intermediates at the end of the race? And Dreyfus has actually got 6th. Strategy is working today. Somehow working. I think we've got to push. Not too many laps left, and that tyre temperature for Dreyfus is not high enough. Dreyfus is 4 seconds ahead of El Sadat, who's probably got a quicker car and fresher tyres. Eka, that's not a move position, that's a back marker pitting. Okay, we got our race. Oh, what's gone wrong now? Oh, look at that. Gearbox and brakes are so close to failing. We should get away with that though. Dreyfus' engine has already gone. Oh, this is going to be a tough decision now. That heavy rain is starting to come down. It's going to be really wet by the end. Right. Eka is being caught by Massalia. Sabedo should be out of range. So hopefully she can hold on to 3rd. Dreyfus is the worry now. And I think I think if El Sadat gets past in the next lap or two, we will take a risk and pit Dreyfus for wet tyres and repair the car. Because if El Sadat overtakes her, she's getting 0 points. So we may as well roll the dice at that point. Only if... I don't think non-points finishes are going to come into play at all here. You'd have to like finish level on points with someone at the end of the season and then count back all the better results than 7th. It just wouldn't matter. So Dreyfus, we need to keep an eye on. Eka is in a right old battle as well. We're going to turn that fuel up. I want that podium. I want an opening race podium so badly. Right, here comes El Sadat then. So if it happens this lap, we will pit Dreyfus. We will roll that dice. I might even roll that dice anyway. I don't know. It's so wet out there. So wet out there. Yeah, I agree, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna roll the dice. It's only a point. We don't need any fuel. Can we actually take fuel out? Does that remove time? No, it adds time. Of course it does. We're gonna fix 16 seconds to fix the bloody engine. No, we'll just leave the engine as it is. Screw it. Oh, this is a big risk. This is a big risk. In comes Dreyfus then. He could have just thrown away a point there. We will see. Eka just about holding on to that position. How's our car looking? Gearbox and brakes may fail at any point, but for the moment they're okay. Right, Dreyfus is back out in 7th. Go for it. Attack, attack. That's gonna... Oh, our engine's just been destroyed by doing... Oh no. Oh, I should have repaired that engine. 3%. Oh, screw it. What have we got to lose now? As Eka starts her penultimate lap. Dreyfus, what's the pace like? She's catching like mad. Why didn't I repair that engine? But would she have been able to catch 17 extra seconds? I don't know. Let's go back to the battle for 3rd. Eka's still holding station in that battle. Everybody else is on intermediate tyres. So there's no point pitting for wet tyres for Eka. Well, it turns out it might have been the right choice. I don't know. Final lap for the leaders then. We've still got a lap and a half to go for Eka and just over a lap and a half for Dreyfus. Can Eka hold on? Dreyfus is now just 3 seconds behind El Sadat. If that engine holds on, she can get that. She's going to get that 6th place back here. She's going to do it, surely. Dreyfus, Eka looks safe. 1.5 seconds. Go on, go. Get the move done. You got a lap to catch Milo. Not Milo. No, Sabedo is in 5th. That's 6th. Great move down the pit straight. So much more traction. Sabedo, no grip at all. No grip and a car problem apparently. Up there in 5th. It's 4 seconds to close in a lap though. But let's get back up with Eka as she rounds the final corner. We're going to need better results than this to win the championship, but it's considering everything that's happened here today. 3rd place on the podium is a great result, and Dreyfus is down past Sabedo down the main straight, round the final corner. Hold on, engine. Hold on. It's 5th. Superb. What a tactical race that was. I'm quite proud of some of the decisions in that. That could have gone so wrong at so many moments. We took so many risks with both cars. So many repairs, tyre changes, strategy calls. And it's 3rd and 5th. And that's a great start to the season. We're going to need improvements to the car. And we're going to need, as I said, some wins and some second places if we're going to win this World Championship. But as a team effort in very tricky circumstances, that's a great opening race of the season. Now, does anybody make a mistake on the rules? Any points would be great at this point. Nope. Fastest lap bonus. There's an extra point apparently for the fastest lap. Not very happy about that. But 12 places forward on the grid for Eka, 9 for Dreyfus. They finish half a minute apart, but only 2 positions. And it's 3 different teams on the podium, which is good news for the championship. So there we are. Only top 6 with points this season. There's going to be a lot of drivers without any points this season, that's for sure. Zui for Vexala, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. It's not a real driver, so hey. And Milo and Mazalia. What? Oh, fastest lap bonus. Is that 2 points? Not very happy about that. So fastest lap must be 2 points. Because Masalia was split our 2 drivers and should be on 3 points. So you get 2 points for fastest lap. Well, that's worth considering. Just before we go to the... It's a long episode already, but just before we go to the Constructors' Championship, that is a good thing to remember. Because if it's 2 points for a fastest lap, which is effectively 5th place in the race, and you're outside the points with no hope, you may as well just pit, stick on some super soft tyres right at the end of the race and go for that fastest lap, and you'll get yourself 2 points as though you'd finished 5th. That seems a bit unfair, but I'll definitely use that to my advantage if I remember to do so. Constructors with 3rd. Okay. 6 points. Obviously a lot less points as well. Top 6 get points and a lot less points for it. So there's only 10 points for the winner. It's gone back to the old Formula 1 systems of the 90s, I think. Maybe early 2000s was the last time we had 10 points for the victor. That's a great start. We got points on the board. We're effectively in joint second. And we're only 4 points off the lead. So couldn't be happier. So that is it for race number 1, and what a way to start. Not the perfect result, but it was certainly an exciting, enjoyable race. I hope you did enjoy it as well. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Leave some comments with some help and advice, and whether you enjoyed that race. And of course, if you're new to the channel as well, then you can always hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with everything else on the channel. A nice boost of money there to end the episode. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you again very soon.